Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Houston Astros. Alongside Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, this ballpark's still among the game's best. When the roof is open, it feels like an outdoor ballpark, and then you have the shade and the cool when the roof is closed.
Yeah, and formerly Tal's Hill out there in center. You still have the Crawford boxes in left, a unique setback in left center field, which causes the left fielders to have to play differently, but there is a lot of character to this place.
First pitch coming your way next. And towing the slab here, Christian Roa. What should we keep an eye on here?
He may not dominate, but he always keeps the club in the game. If you can score runs, you have a really good chance to win with him on the mound today.
Just about to get started.
Leading off tonight
Zach
for
Neto
the Angels,
getting ready to hit.
Number 9, Zach Neto.
Ripped to third and caught. One pitch and one out. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
That misses. Ball one. And a swing and a miss there.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Two on the way. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 down.
That slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you've committed, and you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Nolan Shanuel stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Line and a base hit into right. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 12.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. Aye. The 0-1.
Ball, that's out.
Late that time, and it's strike 2. Shanuel, the runner at first with 2 gone. And a swing and a miss, and that's that. Now here come the Astros, no score. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. We go to the bottom of the first, and today's starter, number 23. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve.
The second baseman,
obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties.
Oh, one.
They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
That's in there. That is strike two.
That's a ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. 1 challenge remaining for them now. That
Ball
one
3.
misses. Ball 3. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting second, the shortstop, Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez at the plate. He's controlled, patient, and lethal.
Yeah, and that's what makes him elite, Boog. He never seems rushed. Everything's under control, and he can hit the ball a mile. Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Ball on a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Ripped to first, caught, dives for the bag, got him, double play.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Isaac.
Now it's the DH, Isaac Paredes. Paredes thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. 2 down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. Here's a 1-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Nothing doing there for Houston. Scoreless after 1. On now to the top half of inning number 2. So in now for the Angels, Yoan Moncada. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Roa making his first start of the year. And he was a second-round pick in 2020. Eric Summersgill, our plate umpire.
One thing to watch out for, Boog, is what side of the plate Summersgill might be favoring. He usually sets up at an angle. Pitchers sometimes will try to figure that out early so they can attack that spot and get as many strike calls as possible. Well, and those hitters' counts sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Now all even up. On the ground. Altuve handles it, sends it to first. That's a very athletic play.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
Now batting Joe Adell.
Hey!
Second inning here, no score. Ripped on the ground to second. Gets it to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting 7th, the left fielder, number 3, Josh Lowe.
Now the left fielder, Josh Lowe. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Got him. That's out number 3. Angels go down 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here in Houston and stepping in for the Astros, Carlos Correa.
Carlos Correa.
In the air, right field. And there's one down.
Batting 5th, the left fielder, number 10, Joey Loperfido.
Here's the left fielder, Joey Loperfido. And there's a foul ball.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Lined into right. He dives, but he can't make the catch.
Batting 6th, the right fielder.
One gone runner at first. Cam Smith, the next to hit. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. That clips the zone. 0-1.
Oh, and an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
Swings through that one.
Well, the hitter shows the pitcher that he's willing to go after that pitch down in the zone. So perhaps he'll come back to it. Still try to get that ground ball double play.
And the 0-2. That one just misses.
Really nice slider right there. Sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
And that one missing low.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
The 2-2. That one ripped. Makes the grab.
Batting 7th, the first baseman, number 8, Christian Walker.
And now it's Christian Walker. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
Feels like the fastball is catching them off guard at times. They've watched several go by for strikes, and they're still not attacking them for some reason.
That misses.
Ball 1.
Ball 1.
That's outside.
Top of the zone for a called strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Checks over to first, back safely. The 2-2 now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Loperfido leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Slider misses outside.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Let's go, Christian.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Peraza under it. That is the inning. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. Back here in Houston, here's the Angels catcher, Logan O'Hoppe.
Logan O'Hoppe.
Ball.
High fly ball out to center field. Myers under it. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 9th, the second baseman, Oswald.
Now it's the second baseman, Oswald Peraza. Ground ball, Walker takes it himself. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Zach Neto.
Zach Neto digs in now. He's 0 for 1.
Here we go, Astros. Here we go.
That one
0-1.
close, ruled a ball. And that is ball 1.
Hey.
Top of the 3rd, no score. Swing and a ground ball. Correa over to first. That's the 3rd out. Angels go quietly there, and we're still knotted at 0. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
At
up
the plate
for the
is the Astros catcher, Yainer Diaz.
Hey.
And that's it for a strike.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
All sliders right there for the 3-pitch punch out. Got ahead of him with the first 2, both in the zone. Then he does a great job to make him chase the 0-2 pitch. Expand that zone. That's what they always talk about with 2 strikes. That right there is good pitching, and he didn't have to show him anything else.
Here's the center fielder, Jake Myers.
Nope.
The 1-0. That one ripped left field. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. The throw into second, and in there with a double off the wall.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0-fer to start the season and get into a slump.
So the Houston lineup turns over. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Walked to open the ball game. On the ground to 3rd. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first.
He's out.
And it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
The shortstop, Yordan.
Here's Yordan Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Ball inside.
Man at second. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you. So make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
2-0 the count. Here it comes. Now this one gets away from the catcher. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
And ball
Nope,
4
that's
to
ball
aboard.
The batter, number 15. Designated hitter, Keith Cox. Oh, great hit.
So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. Now at the plate, Paredes. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. That is the inning. 2 left on. 3 innings complete. We're tied 0-0. All set for the start of the inning. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout.
Ball. That pitch is out.
Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where guys hit the ball, but within the new shift rules? The wind to kick the 2-0. Swing and a foul straight back. That one outside. Ball 3.
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
That's
Nope,
the third,
that's foul.
and it goes just foul. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought
That's
someone had hit the ball,
Take
right?
bait.
Up next for the Angels.
That or
the
just
first
going
baseman,
off of gut or
Nolan
feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
Shanaway stands in now and watches strike 1.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
The 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. That one
Inside.
missed.
Ball 1.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Runner holds tight as the count moves to 2-2. Two now. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there, and it's a foul ball. Two. Line to right center field. That's a base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Stepping in, Jorge Soler. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. The Angels looking to strike first. Top half of inning number 4. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2 now. Just a slow ground ball this time. In plenty of time to first, and that is a big first out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Go-ahead run on base. Yoan Moncada, the next to hit for the Angels. Golden opportunity right here.
That's a ball.
Trout, the runner at third. Shanuel at second with one away.
That's a ball.
Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Late swing, foul to the left. Two on, one out. Pitch
Ball
misses.
3.
Full count now.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And a payoff pitch. Got him swinging for the K. Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Here's Joe Adele. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful.
Outside, that's a ball.
When you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. Two on, 2 outs.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Next offering misses. 3 balls, no strikes. And there's the automatic. The 3-1. That one found hard the other way. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. On the ground to the left, Alvarez goes to third, in there. And now they've got runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Boog, that's a frustrating way to fall behind in this one as the infield single drives in the run. And sometimes all you have to do is put the ball in play and you give your teammate a chance to hurry home.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Josh Lowe will hit next. Catcher challenge will take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. 2 aboard, 2 outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
And now 1 and 2. Got him looking. They limit the damage here. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Angels 1 and the Astros nothing. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Ready to go, bottom 4. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Carlos Correa.
Hey!
This one in the air, right field. Soler snags it on the run.
Up next for the Astros, the left fielder.
Now the left fielder, Joey Loperfido. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And there's a ball. The Halos leading by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a big swing and a miss. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
So next up for Houston, Cam Smith. He's 0 for 1. Two down, nobody on.
Inside ball.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Gets him to chase after that one. That misses.
Ball 3.
And the count's full. Stays alive. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Astros, the first baseman,
Christian Walker up next for the Astros. First time up was a pop out. Over to first, and he saved. On the ground to third, and that's a fair ball. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Up next for the Astros.
And next to hit for Houston, Yainer Diaz. Struck out swinging his first time.
Ball, that's upstairs.
This one in the air, center field. He's got it, and that's the inning. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. We're headed to the fifth. It's the Angels 1 and the Astros nothing. Ready now for the fifth inning. Here's the Angels catcher, Logan O'Hoppe.
Logan O'Hoppe.
Roa back to work. And that's in for a strike. Action in the pen down there. Brian Abreu, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Okert getting cranked up as well. 0-1 down. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
In the air, right field, takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Angels, the second baseman, Oswald.
And next for the Angels, Oswald Peraza. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat.
Ball. No. Inside.
And that
That's ball
misses. And that's ball 3. And there's ball 4.
Ball 4. That pitch is low.
The batter, number 9, shortstop, Zach Neto.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Zach Neto getting ready to hit.
Hey!
The 0-1. Swing and a foul out of play. Man at first, one away. That one not close. Now 1-2. Got him swinging.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
Now Trout gets a chance to hit. He is struck out and he is walked. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Gone. A soaring shot to center. And they boost their lead. It's 3-0.
Who doesn't love watching Mike Trout smash home runs? His swing just sounds different. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
There comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Christian Roa gives way. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for
So
the
a new
Astros,
pitcher out of the bullpen
number
for the
52,
Astros, Brian Abreu.
Brian.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
So 2 down, Nolan Shanuel now at the plate. He's 2 for 2. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Fought off foul. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in, and we're at the top of the 5th. There's a strike.
2.
Way inside, gets out of the way. This one popped up. Alvarez gets under it. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now 3-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And stepping in for the Astros, Jake Myers.
Jake Myers.
Aye.
Oh, 1 now. Swings through that high fastball. Activity in the bullpen for the Angels. Brent Suter, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Bachman, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Fastball almost got him there.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Next offering misses down and away. Upstairs.
Ball, that's too high.
Full count now.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
On the ground, and that's just foul. Payoff pitch. In the air to left center. Trout on the move. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Astros, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
So back to the top of the order. Jose Altuve up to hit here.
Ball 1.
The Angels leading by 3. Last half of inning number 5.
Aye.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
So far, all we've seen in this at-bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Sets him down on strikes. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. Glove side command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
2 down, bases empty. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. And he gets that fastball by him upstairs.
Ball, that's upstairs.
That's out to center field. And that is that. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Angels 3 and the Astros nothing. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. Jorge Soler
Leading off for the
digs in
Angels,
now.
the right fielder, number 12, Jorge Soler.
That clips the corner. Activity in the Houston bullpen. Ryan Weiss, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. The 0-1. And that is out of play. Got him. One gone here.
Up next for the Angels, the third baseman, Yoan Moncada.
And now Yoan Moncada.
Nope. Outside.
Check swing, and he went. And the count 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
That was straight queso right there.
Hard hit left side. Fires over to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
The batter, number 7, designated hitter, Joe Adell.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Joe Adell.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
This one in the air, center field. Myers settles under it. And that is that. So they go quietly there. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Angels 3 and the Astros nothing.
Now pitching for
Back
the
now
Angels,
for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Brent Suter.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Leading up,
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Isaac Paredes getting ready to hit. High chopper to third. Sends it across to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Astros, third baseman, number 1,
Here's Carlos Correa.
Ball.
Action in the Angels bullpen. Chase Silseth, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Pomerantz also getting ready. The Astros trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Here's a 1-1. And it's fouled away. Chop to third. And that one handled. Whips it to first. That takes care of Correa.
Up next for the Astros, the left fielder, number 10,
Joey Loperfido, the next to hit. 1 for 2. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Goes down looking. Astros are down quietly. They trail in this one 3-0.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back.
Astros,
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Steven Okert.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the left
Leading off
fielder,
for the
Josh
Angels,
Lowe.
The left fielder, number 3, Josh Lowe.
Hey!
And a swing and a miss.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed
Ball
hitter to
that's
track.
outside.
Outside with a breaking ball. And a swing and a miss. Now one away.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't
next
looked
for the
very
Angels,
comfortable up
the
there.
catcher,
Just one of those
number
days.
14,
But when you're still
Logan.
winning the ball game, at least you can
Hoppy.
focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Hoppy batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
That's a real nice cutter right there. I mean, this guy can struggle with the inside pitch at times, so I'd say that's pretty effective if you can continue to command it on that side of the plate.
0-2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. Gonna count
Off
1
the
and
plate,
2.
ball 1.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong
Up next
coming
for
out of the
the
pen
Angels,
so far
the
as he
second
punches
baseman,
out the first 2
Oswald
batters he's faced in this one,
Peraza.
getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, but I'm so glad I'm retired.
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Two down, nobody on. That one fouled off. Called out on strikes. And he strikes out the side in the 7th. Angels held in check, but they're on top by a count of 3-0.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back in a new
Angels,
pitcher here to
number
start the bottom of the
63,
7th. Chase Silseth. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. Cam Smith now at the plate. The Astros in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
And the
Nope,
first pitch
ball
misses for ball 1.
That's ball 2. Yeah.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. Slice to right. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Walker.
So digging in, Christian Walker. On the ground, out to short. Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Astros, the catcher, Yainer.
So now with 1 away and a man at second. So next up for Houston, Yainer Diaz. Outside.
Ball, that's out. Ball, that's outside.
One out and a runner at second. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Right through there for a strike. Now there's a bullet down the line. Smith around third. The run comes in to score from second.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
So up next, Jake Myers. Nice grab. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Astros, the second baseman,
Jose Altuve steps up in a big spot here. Right side. Peraza fires over to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. Astros pick up a run on the RBI double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. This is AL West action on MLB The Show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back,
Astros,
and a new arm on the
number
mound to start the
45,
8th. Tatsuya
Tatsuya
Imai on for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw, and just let him lead you in this one.
Neto,
Nope,
the leadoff
outside.
batter, as he looks at ball 1. Imai,
No, that's
in his
low.
rookie season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, a splitter, and he occasionally uses a curve.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
This one in the air. Diaz should have this one. And there's one away.
Up next for the Angels, the center fielder, number 27, Mike.
Here's Mike Trout. Can't forget the 2-run shot he launched out of here in the 5th.
Yeah, one of the biggest swings of the game, Boog, as he looks to make even more of an impact in this at-bat right here.
And that one hammered. That's got a chance. And caught on the warning track.
Up next for the Angels, the first baseman,
Nolan Schanuel will hit next. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ryan Weiss up and loosening in the pen. Brown getting loose as well. 2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. Out towards right center field. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Angels go down 1-2-3 as the lead remains 3-1. Bottom of the 8th.
Leading up.
And stepping in for the Astros, Yordan Alvarez. That misses the zone. Ball 1. Fastball, and he gets out of the way.
Hey!
The 2-1.
That's ball 3.
And that's ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Designated hitter, Isaac.
And next is the designated hitter, Isaac Paredes. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That one misses.
That's down.
Ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Lays out. Oh, it's off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play.
Nice diving stop right there by the shortstop. I mean, he had the arm to make up for it. Ball got away from him just a little bit. Didn't panic. Made sure he had a good handle on it and a strong throw over to first base. Nice play.
Now Correa up to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out.
Ball down.
The tying run at the plate. Swing, and he popped it up. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Astros, the left fielder, number 10.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Chase Silseth won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Norman Nichols. On for his major league debut, and a moment he will never forget.
Better believe that. It's always so special the first time you get into a big league ball game. I did it as a position player, but for him as a pitcher, I'm sure there's some nerves there. Probably don't want to squeeze the baseball too tight. Just relax and do what you're capable of doing.
Loperfido in the box now. Takes strike 1. Loperfido wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep both their challenges. Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
Line drive, base hit. Coming around third is Alvarez. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
So 2 down. Cam Smith up next for the Astros. Check swing called strike. And that's strike one.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving. Go walk or just a base hit. But you've got to stay within yourself.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Oh, a great flip. On the money. Nice play. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-2 ball game. This is AOS. Back here in Houston, all set to start the 9th in this one. Jorge Soler getting ready to hit. There's the strike, 95 of that one. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Weiss preparing to come on if needed. Swing and a hard hit grounder to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Up next for the Angels, the third baseman.
So man aboard, Yoan Moncada, the next to hit for the Angels. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
Ball 1.
The 1-1.
That's ball 2.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Double play ball to second. There's one. Over to first. Safe.
The batter, number 7, designated hitter,
Joe Adell, the next to hit for the Angels. In the air, right field. Smith on his way over. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Up next for the Angels, the left fielder, number 3, Josh.
Now the left fielder, Josh Lowe. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
This one in the dirt. Moncada off of first with 2 away.
What do you
Starting
got?
to go at the 1-2. A check on it to third. Did not go. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 2-2. On a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Moncada coming home. The relay to the plate, safe, and they take a 2-run lead.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. As a hitter, there's not a whole lot better of a feeling than a double into the gap. Right off the bat, you know you put a great swing on the baseball.
So runner at second, 2 down. Logan O'Hoppe, the next to hit.
That's a ball.
And a swing and a miss.
ball. That's inside.
Swing and a pop-up. Altuve under it. And that is that. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 4-2. Bottom of the ninth. And stepping in for the Astros, Christian Walker. Hard hit, but right at him and left. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the Astros, the catcher,
Yainer Diaz. Up next for the Astros. And that one is in for a strike.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Peraza fires over to first. Now only one out remaining.
For the Astros, the center fielder, number 6.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Jake Myers. 1 for 3. Nichols looking for his first save of the year.
Aye.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Two down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 1-2 now. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there, down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Jose Altuve. 0 for 3 in this one.
That's out.
The Halos trying to close out a 2-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. That misses the zone. Ball 2.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing, you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Slider right there. Strike 2. The Astros with the tying run at the plate here in the last half of inning number 9. And a ground ball to first. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Back-to-back base hits. Really important at bat coming up now.
Alvarez.
Substitution being made at first. Astros going with a pinch runner. Jeremy Pena looking for some added speed out there in the late innings. Big spot here. Bottom of the 9th. Down to their final out. And now it's going to be Yordan Alvarez. First pitch just misses. Two on, 2 outs. And that one fouled off.
Everyone here understands just how quickly things could change.
1-1 now. Just
Ball
missed.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
The 2-1. Up the middle, Peraza. Tosses to first, and this game is over. Number 23 with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long